Chapter 14. Royal Service and Incentives. Geoffrey Eric joined our branch and liked my work. He promised to give the double increments every year for the time he'll be in our branch. So far, he had fulfilled that promise, even done more for me, because he said he could see the office was full of men and was the only woman. He inquired whether I wanted to have a female companion. I desired that. He asked me to bring my best friend for employment. I really did not have anybody in mind. I asked Joy if he had anybody in mind. Instead of suggesting his relative, he bought me a girl who was working at Kenya Literature Bureau. She was his friend, but he lied. She was his friend and his friend. Mr. Lee, who had agreed to employ her, she was told to come on Monday. We waited for her, but she did not turn up. When asked during the evening, he bought mischievously and said she would discover that I was his wife, hence her change of mind. He then brought me another one. I took her to Mr. Lee. She didn't just have any certificate, but she was my friend. He just employed her. She had a skin disorder which made her so white. Mr. Lee asked me how old she was. I told him I did not know. He told me that she had told him she was born in 1944, but he doubted that. She did fit in very well, and in a little while she was nicknamed Teen by male staff members. Mr. Lee continued his liking for me and gave me a double increment every other fresh before time came for him to leave. Jerry had developed jealousy the one time Joe told them to accompany us to Githongori for Gorario, a ceremony performed by husband to his in-law. It's usually a very important occasion. Our marriage had all those challenges, but we were determined to keep it. Jerry could not accompany me. Instead, she attended a wedding with her husband, Kembuto. As if that was not enough, Jerry started gossiping in the office about me. She told her husband that I gossiped about him in the office. That was pure lies. Kiare came home late at night and said I had gossiped about him in the office. I felt as if I was hit by a thunderbolt when I remembered what they had done to me. In the morning, I told Jo I'll be physically settle my differences with Jerry that day. During lunch hour, I followed her. When we got near the market, I asked her why she was doing that to me. She insulted me and I hit her with my bag. She retaliated with hitting me with her bag. There was a little scuffle for a few minutes. Then she turned back and said she's going to the police station. I also turned back and we both headed to the police station. We arrived at the same time. She said that I assaulted her, but I said she also assaulted me. Her white skin had some bruises. I told the cause but my bruises are not possible to see due to my darker skin, and they agreed with me. Therefore, we were both booked for an affray in a public place. We were taken to a court and fined 100 shillings each. Men in our office went and told Mr. Lee. He did not talk to us but went to the police station and read our statement. He never asked me anything, though some people got it wrong by saying we were fighting for him, which was a lie. Some women in the market said to me that she was lying to them that the white man liked her. They knew it was a lie and told me. She never accepted what I had done to her. That was not my problem. Whatever she thought or said, people knew the truth. A prominent man asked me to confirm the rumors that they were fighting for Mr. Lee. I told him I also heard so, but it was a lie. We had fought because of her jealousy gossip that she had brought right into my house. I decided never to talk to her again. While working in the same office, but I never talked to her. After 2 whole years, she started sending delegations to me to talk to her, but I never talked to her. Later, Mr. Lee was promoted to regional manager. Time came for him to leave and we were still very good friends, and the report was not a secret. He was always telling me now his now grown girls were behaving like the day we went to the Gold Range. I asked him what is Gold Range. He told me it was a dancing club and the child people danced the whole night. We shared a lot. Back to the office. All members of the staff donated money for gifts. A contact called me that morning of the deed and told me, "Today you will not go home early because you have been chosen to present out all the gifts. The members of staff chose you and customers chose you to present their gifts to Mr. Lee. I had no choice but to do what the majority had agreed." Some of the men liked beer so much that even before the party commenced, they were already drunkards. They were serious eating. After a short while, there was a commotion outside the bank. A staff member told me there was a fight between my husband and another drunkard. I rushed out to follow, but everybody else as I got out. I saw a security officer leading them to the police station. They were advised to settle it out of court. Mr. Lee, who was left behind, also came to the station. He tried to plead for them to be released, but the police refused. Early in the morning, I went to court to see them. They were fined 100 each, which I paid for him, but instead of coming home, he went drinking and came home late. He beat me so badly that I decided to go back to Githongori. When my brother Albert saw how I was swollen over my face, he told me, "Because you refused to come back home, I told you not to come when you were beaten." I stayed there for 5 weeks. One day, as I was traveling to Kiambu for work, 2 men boarded the matatu I was in at Dumberi. As I was seated at the back of the seat, one of them told the other one,
"Kimani gĩtirĩ hakiri nĩ gĩkĩgu kĩaheirwo mũtumia mwega na gĩtũraga kĩmũthĩnagia."
A foolish, stupid man was given a virtuous wife, but he never gives her peace. They continued.
Kĩaheirwo kĩande kĩinie.
He was given a shoulder but upside down. This was my first time to hear those words. I felt so ashamed because they were talking about Joe. The second man was still not getting what he was being told. He asked, "Kemodokereku, which man? Waiganjo Wakinge?" I did not know them, but I felt very ashamed. Being a regional manager, Mr. Lee used to visit our office among all others in the region. Every time he came around, he used to ask for me just to say hi.